Hey YouTube, Cubehamster here, back with part 2 of the tutorial for rotating combination lock. Last time we made the input mechanism, and now it's time to hook it up to the decoder. And what we're going to do is we're going to start here, where we're getting the information. And what's going to happen is we're just going to lay out the repeaters, or where we're going to take the information and put it in the decoder. So what we have to do is it sort of depends on how many combination or how many colors you want to enter. I'm gonna go and make it so that you have to enter 6 colors. So just put torches on every block, set it to full delay, and we're just going to continue like that. So that's for the first color. And what you have to do is you have to knock away this stuff below. So also actually let's do that there as well. Torches for the second color. And with normal combination locks or digit, you would basically every digit you want to enter, you'd remove the torch, but this one has torches everywhere, and that's because this combination locks uses 5 pieces of information at once, while standard combination locks, or the ones I've seen on YouTube, only use 1 piece of information. Oh, so that's 3. Note again, now you can also make it 5. Just depends on how many of these things you set up. I'm just repeating the process. Torches. And the reason we're taking all the information is because we want to always reset it unless the sequence of the 5 pieces of information, so the 5 bits, is correct. When it's not correct, we need it to reset. So that's 5. Now for the last one. Oh, torches. So this is for the decoder for 6 codes. Okay, next up we have to come up with the combination. So what you do is you just go to your input mechanism, and I know my first color is going to be right. So spin it. And I'm going with dark purple as my first color. Now you set it to that, and what you do then is you look at the V tape and what it's like. And I'm only looking at the middle 4 blocks. So I've got 0, 1, 0, 0. Now what you do is you add some blocks on top of these, and whenever there's a 1, so that's this one, you place a torch on top of it, and if it's a 0, you place the torch on the side. And now for the direction, whenever it goes right, you place the torch on top, and whenever it's left, you place the torch on the side. But it's right, so we do that. Now what you do is you place blocks on all the torches. And now we have 3 empty places here, and we put torches on the side. And then we have our first reset line, and notice that it's activated. Now if you want to test if it's if it's working, what you can do is you can knock. Oh, that's not working. Have to, yeah, there we go. You have to activate this torch, and now it will constantly send in the signal. So if you put the code correctly in the way it's set up now, the reset line should be turned off. So that's a way you can check that you've entered the correct code. And when you're done checking and you're done entering all the codes, make sure you don't forget to put the redstone back where it belongs. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it so we can enter all the put in all the codes. So let me give you another example. So we have purple right, and now I'm going black right. So what I do is I look at the feed tape on these 4 blocks. I've got 1, 0, 1, 1. Then we go to the next password. We put a row of blocks on top of it. And let me look again. 1, 0, 1, 1. So that's 1, 0, 1, 1. And on this one we're going to put on the side, and actually also one there because it's right. And now we're going to put blocks on top of all these torches. Torch on the side, and if it's set correctly, it should be turned off. And notice that the other reset line is turned on again, because obviously the sequence or the information for purple right is not exactly the same as black right. Now I'm gonna pause the video and add some more colors. Once again, if you wanted to make it left, all you have to do is put a torch there, block on top, torch below, so that's for left. And if you want to do it the color right, then you just place a torch like that. So that's the way that works. I'm gonna continue this, so I'm gonna add a bunch of more colors, and then we'll continue. And we're back. It took a while to build this, but I've got my code, I've written it down, and also added some weird colors. I mean, this color, on this color the reset line is always turned off. So just wanted to add that as well, that doesn't matter. And what we're going to do now is we're going to extend all these reset lines by 1, and then we're going to go down 1 block. So put redstone like this. And the reason that this doesn't matter is because actually all of them are turned off when I place these blocks here. And we're going to hook up these blocks later on to pistons. This signal travels down a bit further. And these pistons are actually also part of the red circuitry. So I'm just going to drop the pistons. We're not going to hook them up yet though. Just laying the foundation. So now all the reset lines are not resetting, which is what we want. Next up, we're gonna work on our rsnorlatch array. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to 1 block below and then 2 blocks out. So now we have a block floating here, actually 2 blocks floating here. And what we're gonna do is this is gonna be our set lines for the rsnorlatch array. And normally combination locks take the set information from down here, but yeah, that was actually actually sort of discovered that's completely unnecessary. And especially with, for instance, this color, to activate this color, all these repeaters have to be turned on. So there's no way of getting any information from down here. So with that in mind, we go like this. And what's going to happen now is we're going to put 3 blocks, then actually going to extend these 2, so it's going to be 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. And we're going to put 1 tick delay repeaters on top of these. And now this one is 3, and sort of the opposite of the other line. This one is going to be 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. And we're going to put torches up here. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to add a different color which I haven't used yet. You can already put dust up here. So it's repetitive, but that's good. That means that it's easy to extend. And now I'm going to build a rsnorlatch, which is this little circuit which acts like a memory with a set and a reset. And we're gonna put 6 of those, seeing as I've got 6 color inputs, 6 of those next to each other. And they're going to set now because all those torches are always lit up. But we've got reset lines up there which will make sure that this doesn't automatically all set itself. And we're going to add another safety line, which was not featured in my last design, but this is sort of a small modification. Oh, I forgot a torch there. Repeater. You can set them to 1 tick, or you can set them to longer. It doesn't really matter. I don't know, I just set them to 1, the repeaters. That is actually fine. Now what I want to do, just turn off all these torches just for show. And let's now let's see. Let's now turn all of these latches off. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to, between these torches that are lit up, we're going to put a gray block. And this gray block is going to act like a NOR gate. By the way, this is your output eventually, you can already say that. We're going to put dust on top of these gray blocks. And then we're going to add the NOR gates. And this NOR gate, for instance, is hooked up to these 2 torches. So if one of either of these torches is lit up, then this dust turns on and the NOR gate turns off, because the NOR gate is only on when both inputs are turned off. And the reason we're doing is, I had someone on the forum ask me, or on the, I don't know, somewhere, he asked me about this circuit, and he was like, wouldn't you just be able to enter the last color and wouldn't it just open? But the answer to that is no, and that's exactly the purpose of this circuit. So we have those gray blocks with the torch. I'm now going 3 next to this one, 4 next to this one, 3 next to this torch. I'm going to continue like that. And I'll show in a sec why this works. I'm going to put a 4-tick delay, a 1-tick delay, and a 3-tick delay, a 4-tick delay. It's repetitive again. 3-tick, 1 and 3, 4, redstone, 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 redstone. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put a block on that one. Oh, I forgot redstone here. Put a block on that one, block on that one, block on that one, block on that one. Now let's actually just reset them again. Okay, so what's going to happen now is the moment, for instance, we send a signal, which is what we can do by turning off this this input. This would be like entering the second color. Now, each time you enter a correct color, actually let me just show that first, a torch will light up, even after the input is gone. Now, if the next one goes on, the next torch goes on. Now, and if we keep going like that, eventually, if I keep entering every code correctly, eventually we reach the end, which will give us our output, which will activate some device. But with that in mind, then the question is, what would happen if I'd enter the second color, for instance? So let me just do that. Now, as you might notice, this this torch here is not getting lit up, which is then not setting the second rsnorlatch. And the reason for that is because there's an OR gate here, and this OR gate is turned off. And the reason it's turned off is because both these torches are turned off. So what's happening now is that there's being a signal sent to that dust there, which is actually seeing as this torch itself is also a NOR gate, which actually prevents this torch from turning on. As soon as I remove this dust, then it turns on. But it was actually being kept off or turned off by the input there. So let me just fix that again. So now, whenever I enter something, enter a correct code, what's going to happen is, unless it's the one next to a torch that is lit up, or it is the first one, nothing will happen. So, for instance, let's say I'm already at the third latch. Now, because I'm at the third latch, this torch is turned off, which means that this might seem on, this redstone dust over there, but that redstone dust is actually being powered by this repeater. If it wasn't for this repeater, this dust would be turned off and this torch would be turned on. So what will happen now is, because this torch is turned on, I can enter the next code and the next latch will lit up. And then after that, now that torch is turned off, so I can enter the next code. And now that torch is turned off, which was previously turned on, and now I can enter the next code. So that's how it's order sensitive. And obviously, whenever I'm going to have reset lines up here, which will reset the rsnorlatch, which I am sort of doing manually right now. I'm now manually resetting the rsnorlatches, but every time I enter a code, I'm actually resetting all the rsnorlatches except the one which just which has the correct color. But this is in fact the rsnorlatch array. There's nothing more to it than this. I did not come up with this design. It's it's sort of a known circuit, but it's very useful to for this sort of purpose. Okay, so next up, I mentioned that we're not going to take information from below the decoder. actually remove these torches again. We're not going to take information from below the decoder, but I'm actually going to grab information from the red line down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also take the pulse, which we send whenever we turn off the circuit or the lever, and I'm going to take this information. I'm going to add a 1 tick delay. No, actually going to add a 1 tick delay repeater, a 4 tick delay repeater, actually 3 4 tick delays repeaters, so 1 4 4 4, and then once I'm here, I'm going to go up, these lines, and make a line above my input lines. I'm going to add torches above the input lines. So now whenever that's turned on, let me actually reset these. Whenever these torches are on, there's no input, and this is timed like exactly the same as the white gray circuit next to it. So what I'm going to do is same as here, we have a 4 tick delay between the codes, and we're going to do the same here. So 4 ticks between these torches, 4 ticks, don't forget to add redstone, 4 ticks, 4 ticks, 4 ticks. So we hook that up, and now we don't have any reset lines, but what should happen now is if I enter the code, still nothing happening, but the moment I turn off the lever, it's going to send a pulse through the set line, and yeah, there's no reset line, so this one got activated even though I entered the wrong code, but that's because this is not hooked up to the decoder. But it's gonna go like one code at a time, so every time I enter code now, doesn't matter if it's the wrong code, it's gonna add another, it's gonna light up another torch in the rsnorlatch array. So in fact now we're sort of counting how many times I turned off this lever. So there we go, another pulse, and another one, and another one. So that's all working. The final one. So completely irrelevant on what I hook it up, but that's because the input lines are actually not that important. But what is important is these reset lines, which we're going to add now, and how we're going to add those. I don't know, is there a color which we haven't? Yeah, let's just keep using the light gray. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring a 2-tick delay up here. We're going to extend all these reset lines above our rsnorlatches. And actually, whoa, almost made it, oh, big mistake there. These have to be hooked up to, these have to be hooked up to inverters. And the reason for that is that because normally these lines do not reset until this block is removed. Then it resets the rsnorlatch. So, and for that we need to sort of figure out how we're going to hook up these sticky pistons, which is in fact the final circuit for this combination lock. So with that in mind, we're going to go to the sticky pistons and set up the circuit that's going to extend them and retract them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 5 blocks in that direction on all of them. And now we're going to put 1 block here, 2 blocks there, 1 block here, 2 blocks there, 1, 2, so that alternates. And now opposite we have 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, there we go. And now we're going to put torches on the sides of the block that is furthest away. Actually gonna close those gaps, and we're gonna put down some 4-tick delay repeaters. Redstone above, redstone above, redstone above, like that. And next up, so we have this now. Next up we're going to go to the torches and extend it 3 blocks. Torches, extend 3 blocks. 3 blocks, 3 blocks, and 3 blocks. And now we're going to get some more repeaters. 1 tick, 1 tick, 1 tick, 1 tick, so that alternates as well. And so we have something like this now. It's all 1 tick. And now we're going to put at the ones the right repeaters that are first extended, we're going to put a block there, a block there, and a block there. And all the gaps we're going to fill up with redstone except on top of those. And you can hear the pistons extending, which is what we want. Now, let me show you what we've done now. This circuit here is similar to the circuit that we have down here, except that this one gave a negative pulse with a length of or duration of 4 ticks, while these circuits, then being so small with such a small delay, are going to give a anti-pulse or a 0 for 1 tick. So what's going to happen now is when I power the circuit, which is basically the same as spinning the wheel, because we're going to hook this up to the red circuit, nothing happens. But the moment I turn it off, it's going to run through all the reset lines. So it will basically only when the output is turned off, like over here, will it not reset the input. So, and obviously the only moment that this is turned off is the moment that all these blocks are like that, and the direction is, I don't know, what is it, left. So anything else wouldn't work, and this line would reset as well. Now, with that in mind, we have to set the proper delay. So I'm just going to hook this up to the circuit that we had down here. We're going to add a 1 tick. Oh, actually a bit too high. We're going to add a 1 tick. A 1 tick, actually let's do a 4 tick, a 4 tick, and a 4 tick. That should be the correct timing. So we have the circuit like this, and with a 4 tick delay before it enters here, and 3 4 tick delays here. And I know my password, so it seems everything is ready. So let's hook it up. Actually, shit. Oh, this has to be 3 4 ticks and a 1 tick. Yeah, sorry, missed the 1 tick. On my other circuit, the 1 tick was a bit further back, but it is necessary. So, anyways, like I mentioned, the output of the circuit is here. So I'm just going to drag it, extend it somewhere. There's one thing you have to do with this signal though, and that's the following. This is to avoid any static from the red repeater, from the red circuit that I have over here, because it will actually, even if that one's on and you mis-enter a code, it will shortly, for a very short duration, activate this torch for like 1 tick. And if you set it up like this, 1 tick will actually not turn off this torch. Is that correct what I'm saying? No, that's incorrect. There. Now it works. And what you need now is just extend this like this, and now when it turns off for a very short duration, if this torch turns off, so like let's actually test it. So now if I were to, nothing happens. Only when it's on for a very long time will it go off. So that's important. So what you need is an inverter, and you need one repeater on the shortest delay and another repeater on the longest. Now we take this signal somewhere. And it's always nice to especially with doors, to just have the signal be turned on all the time, and actually to make the door open when the signal turns off. That way you can't really use levers or other stuff to activate. So everything's set up now. So let me enter the code. First one is purple right. So now the first torch should light up, and there we go. And then the second one is black right. Second torch. And the third one is brown left. So now the third torch should light up. And the next one is green left, or light green left. So now the fourth one should light up. Next one is light gray left. Fifth one should light up. There we go. This is all still extended. And now the final one, which is yellow right. And now this should retract. There we go. So So now the door was opened, and the last torch is lit up. And if you want to reset it, all you have to do is enter some wrong combination or some wrong color, and it goes through all the reset lines, turns off the torch, and it extends again or closes the door. So much for this tutorial. Guessing I'm gonna upload the world file for this one as well. I mean, it's a bit different setup than this one. Actually added some more security, but yeah, personally, I mean, if someone really wanted to break in and would dig behind the door or something, you could just break this, and all the added security yeah, behind here is completely pointless. So unless you're gonna do stuff with AND gates and check that the different states between these two lines or stuff like that, but yeah, it seems a bit overdone. This is already secure, and yeah, especially if you're playing on a multiplayer server. I tested this on a multiplayer server, works. It wasn't the greatest server in the world, so it should work on multiple multiplayer servers. But yeah, if you set this up, then obviously if you're gonna have like protection so that people can only use buttons and levers but can actually not destroy blocks, and you hide all this circuitry behind walls which they cannot break, then there should be no problem whatsoever to use this to keep yourself safe. I mean, billion combinations, or if you choose 5 colors and you have 5 lines, then yeah, that's a billion divided by 32, which is 30 million or something, is still incredibly secure. So yeah, so much for this. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any suggestions or maybe some ideas how to improve this, let me know, because improvements are always good. Yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and to like this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.